is the capital of the central region of Ghana. It is situated some 165 kilometers west of Accra on the Gulf of Guinea and has a population of about 85,000.
We don't have any other mineral resources apart from the sea which the Almighty bestowed on us. So our people are predominantly fishermen. And then we go to the rural, that is from a village called Abra, northwards to the Efutu, then even Efutu Mampan. They are our rural folks as well. So we have both the rural and then those in the urban here.
The Portuguese named the town Cape Coast, which is an anglicized version of Cabo Coast. From the 16th century, the city has changed hands between the Dutch, the Danish, the Portuguese, the Swedish, before being colonized by the British. A market, Oguaa, which sprang up in the early years of the history of the country, developed and lent its name to the town, Oguaa. Another school of thought mentions that the town was named after a hunter who founded it and was known as Eja Oguaa. So, out of reverence for him, the dwellers named the place after him. Whatever the case may be, the two groups agree that Oguaa is an old historic town which owes its origins and early growth to the powerful and prosperous 17th century kingdom of Fetu. The kingdom covered the same area as the present-day Oguaa traditional area. Towards the end of the 17th century, when the kingdom fell, the reigning king left Fetu City to settle at Cape Coast. The various landmarks such as the castle, the various secondary schools, the sandy beaches, the first elementary school has in no small way added to the town's development. However, one very unique feature that has made Cape Coast develop and very popular is the annual Fetu Afashe. It is a harvest as well as a remembrance festival. Some common features in Ghana during these occasions are the remembrance of past leaders and prayers for help and protection in the ensuing year. They are also held in order to purify the whole state so that the people can enter the new year with confidence and hope, and Fetu Afashe is no exception. The festival brings both sons and daughters and well wishes yearly to the area. The significance of this yearly festival is indicated in its name, Afashe, Afi Asia, or Afi Asia Afi, meaning 1 year has met another. Thus, the end of the dying year coinciding with the beginning of the new year. The celebration of Fetu Afashe lasts about 7 weeks, beginning on the first Tuesday of August with the Oman Hint Yam Festival and ending with the lifting of barn on funerals on the second day of September. Cape Coast is a home to 77 gods. An essential feature of these festivities is the invocation and pouring of libation in the storehouse, at the banks of Fosu Lagoon and the shrines of 3 of the 77 gods of Oguaa. Having regard to nature and economic importance, Nana Kotoraba became one of the earliest gods of Oguaa that were reputed to care for the well-being of the people. Nana Fosu, the god that ensures availability of fish in the Fosu Lagoon all year round. Nana Paprata, the god of the subterranean stream and the giant silk cotton tree, which from immemorial has been the piazza for all traditional meetings and where the state purification takes place. Nana Tabir, the sea god inhabiting the headland on which the castle stands, which is called upon anytime there is scarcity of fish, and is also invoked to cleanse the bull for the pacification and purification. During these invocations, supplications are made, in essence, through the spirits of ancestors and 77 gods, to the Almighty for the general well-being of the people, good land, and sea harvest in the ensuing year, moral strength for the people to be faithful in all their dealings with one another. On the first Tuesday of August, a ban is imposed on drumming festivities and all drumming sounds within the state. The ban on drumming and all sounds of drum is to create a peaceful atmosphere for the gods and an invocation for peaceful transition to the festive period. Also, fishing within the Fosu Lagoon is banned.
One two tomatoes abade one more papa na nyame na de nti yisu a oye de pene baasa.
On the second Wednesday in August, the people of Cape Coast observe Emuntumadze, literally translated to Health Day. The inhabitants, both young and old, sweep their homes, gather all filled, distill gutters in their vicinity to beautify the surroundings in preparation for the festive climax of the Fetu Afashe.
Untumadze de obi abe prenifie. Bono obi a oprenifie na mofama, mpanyimfo mofama obi a nifie, ya bompe da ma na pepeta. Za akotu no ya wodegu. Nana etoi nko mbumu ne da amobosompo mensa na odoko. No achara papa eden wa be fie.
The following day is the lifting of the ban on drumming, and this takes place at midnight. However, some few minutes to the hour, the fetish priest and his company gather at Nana Paprata's shrine to perform certain rites. At exactly 12 midnight, the group then moves towards the township. It is forbidden for anyone to meet the group as they move through the town. Whoever disobeys does so at the peril of their lives.
When she only there, you come in yakwan the same. The same yakwan yichima, abosma or the Gwemani Awodo. Yamandi Bia or Yamandi Bayapamusu, Diduku, Ma Bonoko, my papa, Baba. It is here now. Ned the money there and the coffee. I feel too. na eji we him so ye den se gura de ka che da awuna mo space awuna afin ye den onto ye pe asomdwe ma ye amandi bi a wasre hi ye me ye den otu ye.
The number one Asafa company, the gateway to the Oguaa state, otherwise known as Oman Safi, fire muskets and drum to indicate the ban on drumming and noise making has been lifted. This is then followed by the ban on all funerals, rituals pertaining to death, shrieks indicating death, and any expression of mourning. On the evening of the lifting of the ban on drumming is the bonfire night by the Asafa companies. The fetish priest of the company pours libation to invoke the god and ancestors, which is followed by the lighting of the firewood, which is uniquely packed to ensure the fire burns well into the night.
You kumeja there apinasu na you kumeja ma bibi oyi fi biara na bibi ole ye soja ide suni ya ma oko na e fa foto.
Members of the company, families and well-wishers dance deep into the night amidst singing, drumming and other fanfare. The last Saturday of the month of August is a procession and presentation at the Ahimfie, the chief's palace, of the first harvest of the year. However, this has evolved. The market women present the wares they trade in, and the foodstuffs have grown elaborate over the years. They then await the goodwill message from the Oman hymn.
There was one common aim. The aim is that where to win. Man can say, Mama can't there, Mama Fisher Park.
On the last Monday in August, preceding the month of Athashe, a vigil takes place at the Fosu Lagoon near its shrine.
Abusumo be nyala sebe te feche so da mawo we wo kromun is afia moto every city mama ba na ma bobo the same as God. Abusumo so ba obi titi me ye cheye. During this night, all citizens and observers convene
in large numbers to witness a display of priests and priestesses of the traditional area. The priests and priestesses invoke for the ensuing year, which irrevocably comes true.
We have some son, which in a son, walk to where son go on. And that's how I have him quite up to one. Why are wedding if we are and none of my fine.
In the early hours of the first Tuesday of September, fetish priests perform rituals at the Fosu Shrine.
Ani afishaja wadete go ye ne de car na nanu na ya bosom mo so wodi dipirim ba ye ne wodi ba ye fofor mo ndi ba ye dado aya afishaji ban atra besie wa ye diban na wa twa ma mafra ba nti bia mfa na de mbla se ntira ye pete de meton amansa manfo na ye abosom bia la wada afana fa biaren biara ye beti no amobu Oguaa.
The regatta on the Fosu Lagoon then takes place among the fisher folk. This requires brawn on the part of the contestants. It is indeed a sight to behold as the crowd cheers them on to victory. The priests and priestesses on the same afternoon moved to the Fosu Lagoon for the lifting of ban on fishing in the Fosu Lagoon.
Aboswe legislation abusunsan na onwo ya wa anu ani ho nti si isu bakar na na biala onkom na mfoni munam si ta penata me adisi wan isi wa anu nti yetu nti bi atumkom agurban ani bosumina didi atra party nti so didi mi wi a awore de bani nsunim ni ibu ko egun ni wi a ye bompe wi a na ye gu asew e ba asa.
After the twig that was planted has been removed, the priests and priestesses then remove the weaved leaves around their necks and throw them into the lagoon.
Ni na na bonon kwa papamla nti bwana wigun.
The Oman Hind's net is then cast 3 successive times, and a catch will indicate the blessings of the gods for the people. The first net caught nothing. The second was also empty. Even the muskets refused to fire. Are the gods not in favor? The people start cheering immediately the third net is drawn. The gods are, after all, in favor. The net has a catch, and this indeed signifies the blessings of the gods. The people express their joy openly amidst brass band music, for once more they have the favor of the gods. Another vigil takes place at Nana Paprata's shrine on the first Thursday in September. This is also an occasion for drumming and dancing by the priests and priestesses, who are very rhythmic and in tune with the drummers. Priestesses invoke and foretell the future. The vigil, which ends at dawn, is to usher the first Oman purification ceremony at the Nana Paprata shrine. The first Friday of September is the day for the purification ceremony. Before the purification, the Oman Hind sits in state with his sub-chiefs at the chapel square to discuss the future of Oguaa state and to know the vision of the king for the state.
Mpanyinfo bi wɔ ha ya bɔ ho abawda na mobobɔ hozu ma ibiara wehu oye Reverend Philip Kweku, John Jacob Osuse, Mensa Saba, Lawyer Sechi, Professor Graves, Colonel Banasco, Mr. Mattels, John Agrafin, Sami Dikoski, Archbishop Porter, Infant Scream School, na Government Boys School. I want to mabubo Wednesday, why you be a megwaman, and the Traditional Council, ya bo about the Mass in America there, Ibia will be her, or in his own small way, Oba Megway, walk with Benjamin. There's no so your Boba about it. So, we can then be here. So, my own Yinara appreciate.
king sits in state, purification and pacification takes place at Nana Tabir's shrine inside the dungeon of the castle, after which the bull is led to Nana Paprata's shrine. The bull is then led from the castle to Papratim, where the state's purification takes place. Delivering his annual speech, the Omanhin walks majestically to the shrine of Nana Paprata, accompanied by his divisional chiefs. The purification takes place at Papratim, a historic meeting place for the people of Oguaa.
Nyanchine mbaya na wadi bahan. Gwamani American food din nungu gwan wahan. Ahana wadi mafa basini. Nti ya de papa ama yin. Asebre ma de papa ne hinsuwa wa ja we sa basini kwa wadi nben fo do to kwana nben fo anzasi.
Moni mo si ya ni nya nko ma papa yin de ambra. Nti na meta me ye ekuajan ye tuntum ti dem tuntum ne ye yen iwie na chiri oye me mendat ne ya efufu a chere oye nshira no obe ya anya yen kodo.
Next day, being the first Saturday of September, culminates the festivities of Fetu Afashe. The people on this day display their rich culture, and there is a wealth of dance as well as the traditional music, marking the festive mood amongst both participants and observers. There is also the procession of the king. Chiefs, sub-chiefs and Asafo companies amidst drumming, dancing and firing of musketry. This is the time where the king and other royals exhibit the richness of Oguaa's royalty. The Asafo companies have a great history in the existence of Oguaa Township in general and the festival in particular. In the olden days, the Asafo companies were the military organization of the kingdom. However, in recent times, their roles are of ceremonial purposes only.
Asafo ye bodyguard ye de many. Enti Ibrahim so woko baby a obeda apakan ma. Tisa Asafo ye leading. Asafo ye leading na say beef baby na or bachelor na Asafo many face.
On this great day, all the Asafo companies of Oguaa traditional area turn out together escorting the Omanhin, his divisional and sub-divisional chiefs, the Supifo and Asafohimfo of the various Asafo companies. One exceptional thing about this procession is the movement of the Asafo company. In the vanguard of this procession is the Oman Safi, the Benti number 1. Their color is red trimmed with black. Their emblem is the grapnel. The number 2 Asafo company, also known as Anafo, are the advance guard. And their colors are white and blue. The number 3 company, the Intin or Dentifo, are the Oman Yin's main bodyguards. And their color is dark green, and the emblem is the ringing bell. The number 4, also known as the Nchidom, the rear guardian, have bright yellow as their color, with the sounding of a bugle as their main emblem. The Nyimfafo are the right flank fighters and are also number 5. Their color is light green and the emblem are 2 cannons. The Akrampafo are number 6. They are the volunteer company. They are tasked with the duty of ensuring peace between feuding companies. The final company, Asaf number 7, are the Benkum, or the army of the left flank. Their color is burgundy with a whale as their emblem. The unique emblems and colors of their attire distinguishes them during the procession. The procession ends at the famous Victoria Park with the Grand Durbar. The Durbar is attended by indigents and tourists, as well as certain dignitaries of the country.
To have been able to see this beautiful festival. It was absolutely amazing.
This year, past years now,
very different, a one-in-a-million experience. I really enjoyed myself.
It's a nice festival. I like the dancing. And when I saw the Queen Mothers, how they are respected, I liked it.
You liked it?
So it's a matter of celebrating who you are as Ghanaian people. It's an ancient tradition, and it has meanings and symbols that are very deep and very important, and they're very meaningful to people.
Oh, I feel why fine, why first and last year, this time,
we're going to tell them to know more about Africa, to learn more about Ghana. Before they make statements about who African people are, what the country of Ghana is, they've got to come here, they've got to experience it, they've got to learn from you first.
The cycle of the year is complete at the time of Afashe, and all those who are alive and see each other must be thankful and make merry. The people have the opportunity for demonstrating their gratitude and joy for the gift of another year.